Konnichiwa, senpai desu. Before I start the video, I'm currently running a short survey to better understand your art levels, and I want to know what you kuhais are looking for in a tutorial video. This would help me to create videos that suit your needs and level. So I really appreciate it if you kuhais could fill out the Google form below. Welcome back to the channel. So previously on how to draw anime faces like a pro, we've already covered shapes and geometries as well as the correct way of drawing cubes, skulls, and polygon expressions of the face. I will put a card here for those who might have missed it. I hope that in the meantime, you kuhais have been diligently practicing how to draw boxes. Well, perhaps some of you might have already become anthropology experts. But nonetheless, we're diving even deeper in today's video. So grab your scuba gear and try not to drown. A wise man once said, "Eyes are the windows to a character's soul." This saying holds true when it comes to drawing anime eyes as well. For illustration purposes, I'll be using this double window to explain this. Now imagine the windows are the eyes of your character. When you're looking at the window from the front, both the left and right windows have the same proportions and sizes. However, if we rotate the double window and observe them from a different angle, the ratio of the windows changes. Due to perspective, the right side of the window appears elongated, while the left side seems narrowed. This is a natural law known as perspective. Yet, a lot of beginners often forget or ignore this principle when they are drawing eyes. Our very eyes can be represented by this double window analogy. When drawing a head that's forward-facing, the ratio of the left and right eyes are identical. However, as the head rotates to the side, the eyes ratio will no longer be the same. The more the head deviates from the center, the more distorted the perspective becomes. It is crucial to bear this in mind when drawing the eyes. I notice a lot of you would just draw the other eye narrower when the face angle is tilted, but that's not 100% accurate. Here's how most of you would draw the eyes. You start by drawing the top lid, then the bottom lid. After that, draw a big circle for the iris, so big that it's barely contained within the eye. In the center of the iris, draw a smaller circle for the pupil. Next, add some reflections to the eye by drawing little circles to give that puri-puri look. Finally, draw an eyebrow above the eye. And it's done. Pretty simple, yeah? Wait, what about a 30-degree angle face? Just draw the left eye narrower, right? No, you're drawing the eyes as if you are just simply sticking them on the face. You are totally neglecting the structure and the facial angles. There's a reason why eyeball is called an eyeball, because the eyeball itself is a sphere which affects the way the eyelids wrap around it. The upper eyelid typically has a more pronounced curve, while the lower eyelid is flatter. The corners of the eye, aka the inner and outer canthi, are where the eyelids meet. As for the tear duct, it's located near the inner canthus. Basically, the eye structure is composed of two spherical shapes that are positioned on the same level plane. This design allows for the movement and rotation of the eyes, specifically the iris and pupil. Unlike a flat rotation, the rotation of the iris and pupil follows a curved path, which can be attributed to the rounded nature of the eyeball itself. This curvature allows for a more natural and realistic range of motion. Next, double eyelids are formed by a crease or fold in the upper eyelid that divides the lid into two distinct sections. This unique feature is mainly due to the presence of an additional layer of skin on the eyelid. This extra skin creates a deep crease that forms the double eyelid. Thus, it's important to shade the area beneath the crease and add highlights to the layer above the crease in order to emphasize the double eyelid structure. If you still don't know what I'm saying, just take a look at this picture of Kevin Hart. Focus on the shadows and highlights on his double eyelids. Now for the long-awaited question, how do we turn a real eye into an anime eye? Firstly, anime eyes are often larger and more exaggerated. Of course, you don't just draw everything larger. The key is to keep only the important parts of the eye, like the eyeball, eyelids, and pupil. As for the rest, you can choose to ignore or add them for extra flair. For example, you don't have to draw the inner and outer canthi, nor do you need to draw the eyelids to be less prominent. When drawing the character at a 30-degree angle, notice how the structure and form of the eyes are actually the same as real eyes. Take the eyelash for instance, it consists of a backplane and an inner plane because it's bent. Remember that the upper eyelid is curved? Now imagine having a ball as the eyeball and a piece of paper as the eyelashes which is stuck onto the ball. To help you visualize better, I will remove the ball and show you the geometric structure of the piece of paper. You see, the paper is actually bent and it comprises two different planes. Besides, notice how the contour of the eye is curved due to its sphere structure. Phew! That's quite a lot to take in, isn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the pro way to draw your eyes. Now do you kuhais still think it's easy to draw the eyes?
One eternity later.
Well, we have only learned how to draw the windows. Now, it's time to explore the soul. This is where things get intriguing. You need to draw the character in such a way that their gaze could penetrate the souls of your audience. But how can we accurately portray the gaze? Well, you see, you might notice that there is a peculiar vibe when your drawn character isn't looking in the intended direction. This is because of the position of the iris. As the viewing angle changes, the position of the iris changes as well, and this results in various expressions and perspectives. For example, in a straight-on view, the irises are typically centered within the visible portion of the eye, creating a balanced and neutral appearance. However, when viewed from the side, the iris on the left appears closer to the side of the eye that is nearest to the viewer at a ratio of 1 to 2. This creates a sense of depth and realism in the drawing. In a three-quarter view, the iris of the left eye is almost completely shifted towards the center of the face at a ratio of 1 to 3. The iris in the eye that is closer to the viewer will be more visible and centered, while the iris in the farther eye will be partially obscured by the nose bridge, giving a sense of depth and perspective. This is the main reason for that peculiar vibe you felt from your character. Well, now you know. The nose is the central feature of the face, and it plays a crucial role in defining your character's appearance. Anime noses are often overlooked because it's usually drawn as a simple dot or line. But do you truly know where to place that dot or line? That is why it's important to study the geometric structure of the nose. Now, the nose can be simplified into a few basic geometric shapes. Imagine an elongated pyramid for the ridge and two small spheres for the nostrils. We have the bridge in red, the ridge in blue, and the tip of the nose in orange. Lastly, the wings of the nose and the nostrils are represented in green. In real life, noses have more defined features such as nostrils, a bridge, and a tip. On the other hand, anime noses are often more simplified and less prominent. Despite that, it's still important to understand these fundamentals because they help to guide you where to draw the nose line. There are various ways to draw an anime nose, such as the bridge method, the ridge and nostril method, the nostril method, and the dot method. Feel free to select the method that fits your style. When it comes to anime ears, they can be really simple or super detailed, depending on your style and your character. The outer edge of the ear, aka the helix, forms a curved shape that wraps around the back of the ear. The inner part, aka the antihelix, is a smaller curve that mirrors the helix. The concha is the hollow area near the opening of the ear canal, and the tragus is the small bump in front of the ear canal. In general, ears start at about the same level as the eyes, and they end near the bottom of the nose. But honestly, there's no rule on drawing ears, it all comes down to your style and preference. It can be a little bit tricky to draw the ears in different positions or perspectives, so I recommend using 3D websites like Prefab for assistance. You can rotate the ears in any direction you want and use that as a reference. This method not only saves time but also helps you draw ears more accurately. When drawing a mouth, the upper lip forms a slightly curved shape like a bow, while the lower lip is generally fuller and rounder. We can draw the upper lip with a rectangular shape because it's usually more angular. As for the lower lip, we can use a cylindrical shape. These basic shapes can help us to visualize the lips in 3D better. This is how the side view of the mouth looks like. Now, you can see that the square shape is the upper lips and a circle shape is the lower lips. In anime, mouths can be really simple or super detailed, depending on your style and the character's expression. For a minimalistic approach, you can draw the mouth with just a single line or a small curve. This works well for neutral expressions and character that are located at a distance. However, for more intense emotions or close-up shots, you may want to add more detail, such as the shape of the lips, the teeth, or even the tongue. And that's it for today's video. I hope this tutorial has equipped you with valuable tips and tricks to elevate your anime face drawing game. Stay tuned for part 3, where we will delve into mastering proportions and applying all the knowledge we've learned so far to create stunning anime faces using the box method. If you have enjoyed this video and you want to take your anime drawing skills even further, you can sign up for my Patreon and gain access to all the Photoshop files I've used in this video. Feel free to support me on Patreon, I really appreciate it. Please drop a like, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Twitter. DM me if you want a commission from me. Alright, that's all from me. Jana, guys.